My name is Nassim Saabs.
Yeah, I run an underworld.
You run an underworld in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
You don't see it? I fly birds. I look out for wildlife. I'm trying to redeem my trees. I have an organization called ATWA rolling now. In short, the United States has been sold out by people who really don't care for anything but money. I've had all the money in the world 3 times. I had to give it back to keep the game going.
What game?
The game. It's a game. Money is a game. It's only real to the people who work for it. The people that don't need to work for money, it's a monopoly game. It's a game of paper. It's all on paper. I've got a production company, and I've got a recording company, and I've got a mansion in Beverly Hills, and I've got Rolls Royces and Ferraris. I've got everything money can buy, but it's all on paper. Everything's done through the companies and through the tax loopholes, and the people that live on that level, they don't care about the average honest mule that just goes back and forwards to work. They don't care about the children that are in the streets that are thrown out of this upper echelon of existence. And then when all the children fall down into me, on my level, I pretty much identify with them because I was a throwaway also. So it goes to the point of, do you really care?
When you said...
And who does care? And if anybody cares, they're considered crazy.
Let's get back to that talk about God for a minute. Tell me once again, I don't know if we got that, what you were talking about being God's messenger. Tell me that again.
Life is God. All life. Bugs, birds, trees, everything that's alive is God. The sun is God. But we've got God over here on a cross. We've got a dying man over here on a cross, and we're all kneeling down hoping that if we die, there's a better place somewhere else. Well, you got a whole bunch of people hoping that they die creates a hell of a big energy. And I call it a death wish. It's mother's death wish. It's what everybody's going towards dying, like the Vietnam War when they wanted to blow the world up.
And what have you got to do with God once again?
I'm just a messenger of the truth.
God's messenger?
Life's messenger. We use the word God. The God hooks all the other words up. I'm the Pope. I'm 10 times the Pope. I'm 50 times the Pope. But I'm the Pope in the hills and in the mountains. I'm already out of here. This enclosure here, I'm out of here. My body is stuck here, but my thought is already gone.
When you told me you ran an underworld, is that a joke?
No. No, why would it be a joke? So if the people in the underworld are knocking people down in the streets and breaking their jaws, maybe it's the people in the underworld that want you to see that I am very real, and I am on this planet Earth, and I am moving for Atwa, my air, my water, my trees, and my wildlife, in every way I know how, in every way I can.
Does the end justify the means?
End? There is no end. There is no beginning. Not in Atwa. There's only redeeming life upon the planet Earth.
Are you saying that you don't want to accept guilt?
Guilt? What the hell is that? I can do anything I want, woman.
What would you do if you got out of prison?
I'm out of prison. I get out every day. I get out in these guys every day. I get out all over. I'm everywhere. I know you're going to lock everywhere up. I'm everywhere, man. I'm all things. Don't be offended.
But?
I'm a nasty old man. And I'm mad. But I put my anger in the right direction. The direction of Atwa. For 20 years we've tried to find intelligent life forms in the United States of America, but didn't seem to be any there. A million devils, you got 25,000 Napoleons, you got every kind of insanity going in the world coming. And Atwa. Atwa also means at war, if you put an R on the end of it.
At war with what?
Pollution. So how do you communicate to a whole group of people? You stand up and you take the worst fear symbol there is and say, there, now I've got your fear. Now I've got your fear. And your fear is your power, and your power is your control. I'm your king of this whole planet. I'm going to rule this whole world through Atwa. I want my trees put back. I want my water clean. I want my atmosphere cleaned up. What you do beyond that, I don't care what church you go to or what race you are, what color you are, what all that nickel and dime personal important trash head stuff. I don't care about that. All I care about is my air, my water, my trees, and my wildlife. And you humans, if you don't get in line with that, goodbye. Because I got biology, and I got chemistry, and I got things beyond the nuclear mind. I won't blow it up. I checkmated that.
People have said that you have powers, that you can make people do what you want them to do.
Well, sure.
That's true?
Why, certainly.
How so?
By making them do what I want them to do.
How do you do it?
Well, these two guys here with that stick. He has power with that stick to make me do what he tells me to do.
As he puts it, take me to a higher level. Or when I again asked him to define his unique charm. What do you think it is about you that makes people want to be a part of whatever it is you're a part of?
I'm brand new. Everything I do is always brand new. I'm on the premise of reality. I walk a real road. I'm a real person inside. I'm not a phony. I don't put on no airs. I say what I think. You see what I'm saying?
Aren't you putting on an air now? Aren't you putting on an act for me?
When you look it back, see if it's an air. See if where you get it. And someone sees it and goes by and they say, hey, how you doing? I say, pretty good. How you be?
Examination, investigate for solid ground and foundation. We dissect the infection, cut it out if it fits with intentions of Satan. Illuminate the deceptions, point them out and expose them for causing stagnation. They imitate education and invade the system like an infestation. We present explanations, annihilate and confiscate abominations. Shine light on illusions and inspire young minds to arrive at conclusions. We connect with corrected connections.
I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm, and I put on the faces, and I talk, and I play, and it's this big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. You talk about, this little physical realm you live in, guilty, and is he in sin? I did not break the law. Jesus Christ told you that 2,000 years ago. You don't understand me. That's your trouble. Not my fault because you don't understand me. I don't understand you either. But I don't spend my whole life trying to put the blame over on you because my cigarette didn't light or because something didn't work right. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm, and I put on the faces, and I talk, and I play, and hang. Yeah, it's this big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. You talk about, you know, this little physical realm you live in, guilty, and is he in sin?
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. Because my children are coming. Well, God, I guess you're my best friend, being I invented you.
Templars, and they're based on Crowley's Book of the Law that was transcribed to him by extra-dimensional contact with a being named Awas. This book proclaimed that there would be a new Aeon in human thought, culture, and religion. The new Aeon is the age of Horus, or the age of the crowned and conquering child. It is based on the belief that the rulership of three gods, Isis, Osiris, and Horus, influence and determine the fate of the world. And within Crowley's Thelemite religion, each of these aeons is believed to be characterized by their own specific magical formula. And ours is the age of the crowned and conquering child. Horus is a god of war. The aeon arises from a single supreme induction, the law of Thelema, which is, do what thou wilt. Now, will plays a strong role in this entire ceremony, and you'll find that they are asking for your free will agreement to all of the nefarious dealings that they are doing. Now, Crowley maintained that the task of his sex magic organization, the OTO, was to restore Christianity to its real status as a solar phallic religion. Crowley stated, let children educate themselves to be themselves. Those who train them to standards cripple and deform them. The beast, 666, as Crowley was known, believed that children from infancy should be accustomed to witnessing every type of sexual act. And he shows this in his symbol. In this sign, he will conquer. Of course, an erect phallus with 666. And down below, you see the peace sign, which is actually a sign that Crowley taught to the president it is a symbol of Typhon, or the Lord of the Abyss, to use against the solar forces of the Nazis. But Crowley had other interesting ideas about phalluses, and he believed that the industrial use of semen will revolutionize human society.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left. Because my children are coming.